and welcome to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga for everyone. I'm Carol and I'm so glad you've joined us today. We're coming to you from our YouTube channel, Bottoms Down Chair Yoga. And if you haven't yet, if you would click that subscribe button, we'd really appreciate it. It's free and it lets you know when new videos are posted. Also, if you would leave me a comment, I would really appreciate it. I love hearing from you guys. Today's theme is joyful. You only need your chair, and let's get started. So we're going to sit up nice and tall, and we're going to begin by grounding our feet. So I like to move forward in my chair so we're not leaning back. And we're going to start by thinking about grounding those feet nice and solidly to the earth. And what I mean by that is kind of think about there's a point behind the big toe, a point behind the little toe, and there's 2 points of the heel. And I want you to think about having all 4 of those points equally weighted on the floor with both feet. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and take a moment to ground our sits bones. We have pointy bones that hold our weight when we sit. And I want you to think about having both of those sits bones equally weighted on the chair. We're going to pull our belly button into our spine, lift your heart, but lower your shoulders. Place your hands lightly on your thighs, palms facing up. Close your eyes and just breathe. Focusing in on your breath, feeling your natural inhalation and exhalation. Begin to deepen that breath, inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling a little more completely. Now on the next series of breaths, we're going to begin to move that breath into the belly. As you inhale, the belly extends. We're filling the lungs from the bottom up, engaging that diaphragm. And as we exhale, we pull the belly button to the spine and actively push the air up and out of the lungs. Go ahead and do that a few times. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intention for today's practice. One more breath. Bring your hands back down to your thighs. Open your eyes. And give me a big smile. All right, let's drop that right ear to the right shoulder. Drop your chin towards your chest. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And chin to chest. From here, let's look to the front of the room. Let's just look over that right shoulder. Go ahead and look center. And look over that left shoulder. Oh, that should feel so good. Just a few neck stretches. Go ahead and look center, and we're going to roll those shoulders up, back, and down. And reverse it. Nice. All right. Let's place our hands lightly on the thighs. Palms are facing down. Notice how wide my elbows are, okay? So let's take those elbows wide. We're going to pull our belly button to spine as we move into a cat pose, okay? Here we go. Tuck your chin, look down at your belly button, rounding those shoulders, really feeling the stretch through the shoulders and the back. All right, now we're going to lift that heart up, and we're going to turn our thumbs to the back wall into our cow pose. Let's do that again. Coming forward into that cat pose. Lifting up into that cow pose. How about we add that breath? Inhale here and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. All right. Really, really good. Beautiful. And release. Okay. We're going to move into our mountain pose. Hands are down by your side. All right, just for a little fun today, we're going to add those jazz hands. Here we go. Jazz it up. Jazz hands, right? Jazz it up. Jazz it up. One more breath and release. All right, we're going to come to those goalpost arms. Same thing. I want you to think about spreading those fingers just as wide as you can possibly spread them. Stretching into those fingers. And now we're going to have those jazz hands. We're adding those jazz hands. We've got it. One more breath and release. All right. Now remember, if you've got shoulder issues, you can be here or here. But if you want to be with me, our hands are up to the ceiling. Our shoulders are down. My palms are facing one another. And we've got mountain pose with jazz hands. Jazz hands. Let's smile and laugh at yourself, right? It's fun. Extended mountain with jazz hands. One more breath and bring those hands down. How did that feel? Was that fun? Right? I like it. I think it was fun. Okay, we're going to move into a leaning mountain now. So as we bring, now remember, if you want to stay here, if those shoulders are bothering you and you want to be right here, you are just fine. Keep those elbows bent, goalpost arms, or even down lower. It's fine. If you're with me, we're going to extend our mountain up. We're going to interlace our fingers, pointer fingers to the ceiling, and we're going to lean that mountain. Now, as you're leaning your mountain, I want you to concentrate on pressing down with this opposite hip. Okay, so I'm really pressing down on this side as I'm leaning into my mountain. Let's come up, and we're going to lean our mountain the other way. Oh, that should feel so good. Let's come up, bring those hands down. Very good. All right. So we're going to move into a crescent lunge. We're going to take that right knee, open it nice and wide, feeling that inner thigh stretching. All right. So just hang out here for a couple of breaths, paying attention to where those knees are. We want the knees open, kind of tracking to the toes, right? So over those, I call it the second toe, just kind of as a point of reference. Okay. Now we're going to let this knee fall down towards the floor. And maybe right here is good for you and you're feeling a nice stretch in the front side of this leg. So it's quadricep and as well as that hip flexor. Now, to get that hip flexor, if you can push your foot back just a little bit, you're going to get a little bit more of a stretch in that hip flexor. But if you do that and all of a sudden you feel like you're having to lean forward, I want you to really lengthen up, lifting that heart up. Bring your hands to your heart. And here we are in a beautiful crescent lunge. We're going to release that and we're going to do that one more time. All right, are we ready? See if you can press that leg back. Kind of back of the kneecap towards the ceiling is the idea, but gentle. We're warming up. Bring your hands to your heart. Now, let's go ahead and bring those arms to goalpost. And if that doesn't work for you, you're going to keep your hands to heart. Just gently, we're going to look up. Ever so gently. Bring your hands back to your heart. Release, face forward. All right. Now that same leg, so we just stretched the front of that leg. Now let's go ahead and stretch the back of that leg. So I'm going to extend that foot out. My toes are towards the ceiling. And my leg is as straight as I can get it without locking the knee. Okay. Now, lengthen through the spine first. Belly button is tight. We're going to let our heart fall forward. And I don't know about you, but I like just putting my hands on my thighs for a little support here. I think that for me, if I have my upper body supported, I can almost feel a little deeper stretch in that leg. kind of like my body's like, all right, she's gonna hold me up. I think I can stretch a little deeper. Let's come up. That's just me. If that doesn't work for you, you can hold the chair or whatever works, right? Extend and hinge. That just is what works for me. And we're breathing and we're smiling. And up we go. Okay, we're going to do the other side. So we're going to take that knee and we're going to open it up nice and wide, feeling that inner thigh stretch, sitting up tall. You see how I just realized I was kind of slumped down, and I pulled my belly in, I lifted up, I pulled my shoulders down. I'm remembering all of this. Even though we're kind of working into legs right now, we got to keep that upper body nice in proper form. All right, let's let that knee fall down first towards the floor. I kind of moved to the edge of my chair just a little bit to give that leg some space to drop down. And now I'm going to push that foot back behind me, lifting my heart up. Relax this glute back here, so we don't want to have that gripped. We want to kind of relax it. Bring your hands to your heart. All right, let's release, and we're going to do that one more time. Are we ready? Back of the kneecap towards the ceiling. Heart is lifted, hands at heart. We're breathing here. Now, if you want to add those goalpost arms, do it. If you don't, leave it out. And then we're gently going to look up towards the ceiling as we're breathing. Just one more breath here and come down. And we're going to face forward. Now that same leg that we just stretched the front of it, we're going to stretch the back of it. Extend it out. Toes are to the ceiling. Leg is straight though, without locking the knee. My hands are going to be right here on my thighs for support. Lengthen and hinge. And smile. Lift it up, and we're going to do that one more time. Lengthen and hinge. All right. Very good. Let's go ahead and grab a sip of water. Let's come to standing. We're going to be on the right side of our chair, and we're going to move into tree pose. So in any balance pose, the key is belly button to spine. We want to keep this belly really, really tight. Also lift those pelvic floor muscles, the muscles we use to stop the urine flow. So all of this, keeping all of this super tight is what is kind of the key to balance, all right? So start by holding your chair, and we're going to put our weight into the leg next to the chair and create that little kickstand first. So my toes are on the floor, my heel is up against my ankle, and maybe that foot stays down and you could have that kickstand the whole time, and that's just fine. But if you want a little bit more, see if you can let go of the chair, bring your hands to your heart, and there you're working into your balance. All right? Okay, now from here, we're going to add the branches. So our arms are coming up towards the ceiling. Our belly stays tight. We've still got that kickstand. All right, now let's go ahead and bring your hands back to your heart. And what you're going to do now is you're going to take this knee and you're going to bring it forward, okay? And then I just want you to step back with that back toe. So you're back up on that back toe, your front knee is bent, okay? You're still working balance because you don't have your foot down, you just have those toes down. And you're breathing here. One more breath. We're going to bring that back foot up and come out of it. Okay. So we're going to do that same series again on this side, and this time I'm going to take my foot off the floor. Now, if by taking your foot off the floor, all of a sudden you feel like you got to grab the chair, I would rather you leave the foot down and let go of the chair. You're going to work balance more by doing it this way than holding onto the chair and having your foot up. Does that make sense? Okay, so here we go. So remember, this is an add-on. You don't have to add on. Put the foot into the weight into the leg next to the chair. Hold the chair to begin with. Make your kickstand. Belly button to spine, lift pelvic floor muscles. And then when you're ready, now you're going to let go of that chair and you're going to bring your hands to your heart. Pressing those palms together, activating the upper body helps. Putting the tongue in the roof of the mouth helps. I don't know why, but it does. Now, if you're with me, you can stay right here, or if you're with me, you can lift that foot up off the floor. And here we are in our beautiful tree pose. Let's go ahead and add the branches to the trees. Whether your foot is on the floor or in a kickstand or your foot is up on your leg, either is fine. Let's add those branches to our trees. Okay, now listen. Try not to put this foot down if your foot is lifted. And if it is down, that's fine. Bring your hands back to heart. Bring that knee forward, everybody. Now, push that foot back behind you. So either your toes are on the floor or your foot is up for a warrior three with prayer hands. And we're breathing. We're breathing and we're smiling. We're not grimacing. One more breath. Nice and slow. We're going to bring that knee up and we're going to put that foot down onto the floor. All right. Very good. Let's move to the other side. So we're going to go through that same thing twice. So remember, the first one, if you want to come with me, we're going to keep this, we're putting the weight into the leg next to the chair, and we're going to create that kickstand. So this heel is up against the ankle, the standing ankle, and that foot is going to stay down in that kickstand the whole time. I'm going to let go of my chair, bring my hands to heart. What is the key? Belly button to spine, lift pelvic floor muscles. Find that spot that's not moving in front of you. Focus in on that and breathe. Add the branches to the trees if you wish. Leave it out if you don't want to do it. All right, are we ready? We're going to bring that knee forward and then we're going to step back onto those tippy toes. And we're on those back toes. Let's bring our hands back to heart. We're breathing here. One more breath. Take that back foot, come up, and stand. All right. Now we're going to do that again, taking the leg up off the floor, or keep doing what we're doing. Put your weight into the leg next to the chair. Hold that chair first. Make that kickstand. Let go of the chair. Bring your hands to your heart. Don't forget belly button to spine. Lift your pelvic floor muscles. When you're ready, if you wish, lift that foot up off the floor. Into our beautiful tree pose. Let's add the branches to those trees if you wish. We're breathing here. Please don't hold your breath. All right, bring your hands back to heart. Now take that knee forward. Push the foot behind you for that warrior three. Right? Toes are down or they're not. Your choice. We're holding, we're breathing, belly button to spine. One more breath. All right, let's bring that knee up. And then we're going to just place it on the floor. All right, very good. Okay, so we're going to come back to the right side of our chair. And we're going to face our chair this time, all right? Now, we're going to go ahead and take those feet the width of our chair. Toes are pointing forward. Then we're going to move into a straddle forward fold. So more than anything, this is just to kind of give our backs a little bit of release. So it should feel really good. So we're going to hinge forward. We're going to put our hands in the chair. And we're just letting our back fall forward. Okay, so it's just a nice little stretch. So straddle forward fold. And we're breathing here, right? So just a nice little stretch here. Let's go ahead and come up. I'm going to bend my knees and I'm going to roll it up slowly. So just kind of feels good, right? To give that back a little break. And let's do that one more time. We're going to hinge as we come forward. We're going to place our hands in the chair, letting the heart fall. Just whatever works for you. There's not like a right or a wrong way to do a straddle forward fold. It's just kind of what works for your body, right? It should just feel good. And then I'm going to bend those knees and I'm going to roll it up. Okay, go ahead and heel toe those feet back together. Now, we're going to take the leg next to the back of the chair and we're going to just let it, the foot is going to be right under the chair so that when you bend the knee, You've got your shin can touch the chair, okay? Now the back leg is going to step back, and the foot is going to be at that 45-degree angle. Our hips are going to be facing forward, and our front knee is bent. So this is the beginning of our warrior one, okay? So don't forget, lift your heart, pull that belly in, and really try to extend that spine long, right? So we want to try to pull in and extend, tailbone down, heart is lifted, hands at heart, into a beautiful warrior one pose. We're going to inhale here, and on an exhale, we're going to take those hands up to the ceiling. Keep those shoulders down. Now, we're going to windmill. You're going to be facing me in a warrior two. All right? So kind of think about where your ribs are. If you feel those ribs are kind of forward, I want you to pull the ribs back. I'm touching the chair with this leg. Okay, we're going to flip this palm up and back, reverse our warrior. All right. Now, as I come down, I'm going to put my hand in the chair, and I'm going to lift this other leg up into a half moon. So here I am in my half moon pose. It is a balanced pose, but fortunately we've got this chair right here to help us, don't we? Woo! Let's put that hand on the waist. One more breath. All we're going to do is we're going to bend the front knee, and we're going to take this leg back down into a warrior two. Flip the palm up and back again. Back to warrior two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. Look over those front fingertips. One more breath and release it. How'd you do? I know, right? Let's do the other side. So we're going to go through that same series. It's a little vinyasa, a warrior one, warrior two, reverse warrior into our half moon. But first we're going to start with that straddle forward fold, okay? So we're going to take those feet at least the width of your chair legs, maybe a little bit more if it works for you. Don't have those knees locked. We're going to hinge forward, and we're just going to place our hands in that chair. Letting the heart fall. Feeling a nice stretch. I like it. The back is stretching, my legs are stretching. It just feels really good. Go ahead and tuck your chin, bend your knees, and roll it up slowly. And then we're just going to do that same thing one more time. Here we go. Ready? Hinge, belly is tight. Letting that heart fall forward, hands in the chair. Sinking down into it, whatever works for you. When you're ready, go ahead and bend your knees, tuck your chin, and just kind of roll it back up. A little bit like a wave. I'm going to grab my chair, and I'm going to heel toe my feet back together. Now, the foot next to the back of the chair, I'm going to pick that foot kind of underneath so that whenever I bend my knee, I can feel the chair, right? Take that opposite leg, step it back. Take those feet at a 45-degree angle, bring the hips forward, bend the front knee. Okay, so I'm going to let go of my chair, bring my hands to my heart. Here I am in a warrior one. So thinking about pulling the belly in and extending that spine long. Think about lengthening through that tailbone. Shoulders are down, heart is lifted. When you're ready, let's add the arms for that warrior one. Can you bend your front knee anymore? Okay, so we're going to move to our warrior two. We're windmilling around. Here we are now in a beautiful warrior two. Watch where your ribs are. I kind of felt my ribs were forward, and I just brought my ribs back. Shoulders are down. Let's look over those front fingertips and flip that palm to the ceiling. Reverse your warrior up and back. Let's move back to that warrior two. Now, we're just going to keep going. That hand is going to go into the chair, and we're going to lift up into that half moon. Shoulders are down. And if having the hand in the air is not comfortable for you, place it on your waist. It's fine. Heart is lifted though. Shoulders are up. I'm not looking down at my chair. I'm looking out. One more breath. Are we ready? We're going to bend that front knee. We're going to come back into that half moon. Back into the half moon. Back into the warrior two. Lift that palm up and back. Back to your warrior two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. Really activate the upper body. And release. Whew. All right. Let's come to seated. And grab a sip of water. All right, so we're going to move towards the edge of our chair and heel-toe those feet nice and wide. Okay? All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hinge forward and hold on to those thighs. Now, if you want to stay right here and have your hands on the thighs, that's fine. So as we twist, what you're basically going to be doing is twisting your shoulders, okay? And that's just fine. But if you're with me, what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands down to the floor. All right? So another straddle forward fold, but we're in the chair this time. Now, take your left hand and put those fingertips right under your face. And your other arm is going to twist it open. Okay? So you're twisting open. Again, action happening at the rib cage. The arm is not that high up. It doesn't matter. Take that hand back. Replace the one that's on the floor. And we're going to twist open the other way. We're going to put that hand back down and we're going to twist again. Put that hand back down last time. Twisting it open. So we're really getting into the legs. We're getting into the side waist. You should feel a lot of muscles working through this. Let's put those hands down. Okay. Now, heel-toe your feet back together. And then you're going to place one hand on your thigh, the other hand on the thigh, tuck your chin and roll it up to seated. How'd that feel? Good? Okay. So we're going to take this hand and we're going to bring it to the outside of the knee. Other hand is going to come back behind, extend, and twist. So it's just a gentle little twist. We're going to face forward and we're going to do the other side. We've done so many crescent lunges, I think we're just going to leave that out this time. Extend the spine long and look over. And we're going to do this seated twist instead of the crescent lunge. And face forward. Very good. Let's extend that left leg out. Toes to the ceiling. Pyramid pose. Lift and sink into it. Feeling the back of the leg stretching, right? Tuck your chin and roll it up. We're going to do that kind of that wave motion again. We're going to smile and extend. Down we go. Tuck the chin. Lift it up. We got one more like this. Extend and down we go. And we're going to tuck that chin and up we go. Very good. Okay, that same leg. Remember, we're going to move into pigeon pose. So if you like, keeping this ankle to ankle, that's fine. Just leave this leg where it is, and I'm just crossing that ankle. Or if you're with me, I want to take my ankle and put it behind my knee. So seated pigeon pose. Extend the spine long first, and let your heart fall forward. Hands are on the thighs there for support. You should feel this hip and glute stretching right here. Kind of that same wave motion. Let's tuck the chin and roll it up. And let's do that again. Extend the spine long. Let that heart fall forward. Tuck the chin. Roll it up. Then let's do that one final time. Extend the spine first. Let the heart fall forward. Tuck the chin. And roll it up. All right, let's do pyramid pose on the other side. Here we go. Extend this leg long, toes are to the ceiling, lift, let the heart fall forward. I'm holding onto my thighs for support, letting that heart fall, and then I'm going to tuck my chin and I'm going to roll it up nice and slow. Head comes up, extend the spine long, belly is tight. Let's roll it down. Tuck the chin, kind of that feeling of the ocean. We're rolling it back up. Last time, extend. Let the heart fall forward. Tuck the chin, roll it up. And release. Okay, pigeon pose. Remember, ankle to ankle is a great option if this works for you. Ankle to knee is another option if it works for you. My hands are on my thighs. Extend the spine. Let that heart fall forward. Keep the back flat. Now, tuck your chin. Let the head fall and roll it up. Extend the spine long, belly button to spine. Let that heart fall forward. Are you smiling? Tuck the chin. Roll it up. Last time, up we go. Let that heart fall forward. Tuck that chin. Roll it up. And release. All right, go ahead and sit back in your chair. You can lean back now if you want to. I prefer not to, but it is all up to you. Our hands are going to rest lightly on my thighs. I'm going to lift my palms up to the ceiling. Extend the spine long. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, we're going to let our eyes just close or soften. Expand your knowledge. It's good to find information that validates and deepens what you already know. It's even better to discover credible, compelling information that challenges what you know. More than one thing can be true at once. More than one perspective can be an accurate depiction of the world. Even if differing perspective turns out to be wrong, by considering it, you improve your value of your own perspective, and you open yourself to new opportunities for learning. Be careful not to let your knowledge become a wall that separates you from others. Instead, jump at the opportunity to expand your knowledge so that it better connects with what many other different people feel. Adjusting your perspective is not a rejection of your past experience. On the contrary, it is a more effective way of incorporating that experience into a workable vision of reality. Be confident enough about what you know to let that knowledge be challenged. You'll end up with even more knowledge or greater confidence, or both. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. Let that right ear fall towards the right shoulder. And drop the chin to the chest. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Drop your chin towards your chest. Drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Hands reach up. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Left ear to left shoulder. Reach up with left hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Remember, it's Bottoms Down Chair Yoga on YouTube. Please subscribe, leave me a comment, and I will see you next time.